The 10th benefit is that the aspirant is enabled to put others before himself and to give in charity to the orphans and the poor that which is surplus to his wants. On the Yawm al-Qiyamah, he will be shaded by his charity, as is stated in the hadith, famous hadith in Al-Hakim's Mustadrak, that says that the mu'min is shaded by his sadaqah on the Yawm al-Qiyamah. Sound hadith. That which he eats is stored up in the lavatory, while that which he gives in charity goes to the storehouse, which is Allah's grace. Therefore, man benefits from his wealth only insofar as he gives it away, when he will have rendered it permanent, everlasting. Just as when he eats it, he destroys it, and when he wears it out. To give away what food one does not need is far better, therefore, than indigestion and eating one's fill. Al-Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah, used whenever he recited the word of Allah, Inna aradna al-amanata ala samawati wal-ard, this great verse of the amana that we had previously. We offered the trust unto the heavens and the earth and the mountains, but they shrank from bearing it and were fearful of it. And it was assumed by man, assuredly he has proved a tyrant and a fool. Al-Hasan used to say, by way of interpretation, Allah offered it to the 7-tiered heavens, which are the paths which he did ornament with stars, and the bearers of the great throne. He said to them, will you bear this trust and all that ensues from it? What ensues from it, they asked. He replied, that if you do good you will be rewarded, and if you do evil you shall be punished. No, they answered. Then he offered it to the earth in the same wise, and it refused also. And he offered it to the firm, sheer and lofty mountains. Will you bear this trust and all that ensues from it? What ensues from it, they asked, and he mentioned the reward and the punishment once again, and they refused. Then he offered it to man, who accepted it. إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. Truly he has proved a tyrant and a fool. A tyrant against himself, and a fool concerning the commandments of his Lord. And then Imam al-Hasan says, by Allah, I have seen people selling the trust for the sake of their wealth, acquiring many thousands thereby. Yet to what use did they put them? They extended their houses and thereby narrowed their graves. They fattened their horses and thereby starved their religion. They followed the whims of their nafs by appearing morning and eve before the gates of the ruler, exposing themselves thereby to sore temptations, although Allah had granted them comfort enough. One of them says, seek such and such a thing for me, and bring me such and such a thing, reclining on his left side while he consumes the money of other men. His speech is mockery and derision. His money was gained unlawfully, until when his belly swells up and indigestion afflicts him, he says, lad, get me something which will help me digest my food. You scoundrel, is it your food that you wish to digest? You are digesting your religion instead. Where is the pauper? Where is the widow? Where is the destitute? Where the orphan? It is they whom Allah has commanded you to assist. And Imam al-Ghazali says this is a reference to the 10th benefit of hunger, which entails the donation of one's superfluous food to the poor, so that one may store up something better than one would gain by eating it, and thereby avoid being burdened with another sin. And we know in the Sahih that the Rasul ﷺ would not sleep at night until any food or money that remained in his house had been given to the poor. And then he concludes this impressive chapter by saying, such are the 10 benefits of hunger. Under each one is subsumed countless subdivisions of incalculable advantage. For hunger is a great storehouse of the benefits which help one in the akhirah. As one of the Salaf declared, hunger is the key to the akhirah and the gateway to renunciation, while eating one's fill is the key to the world and the gateway to greed. This is very evident from the hadiths which we have cited, which we may understand with insight by studying the details of each benefit so that you rise above the level of mere faith. However, if you do not come to learn these reasons but simply believe in the merit of hunger, you shall be at the level of those who received their faith through imitation. Taqleed. Wallahu a'lam.